We are back. Three Amigos MMA, building up to UFC Fight Night, July 29th from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm Alan with Leo and Eric, and we're going to talk about all the big fights on this card. We've got an absolute stacked card. Dana White bringing the UFC back to Canada. Headlined by Eddie Alvarez, the Underground King, versus Dustin, the Diamond Poirier. Great fight here at lightweight. 5 rounds in the main event. This is going to be a slam banger, boys. How are we feeling about this one?
I'm actually really surprised that it's taken this long to sort out this rematch. And I think Alvarez has had 2 fights in between, and Poirier has had 1 or 2 himself. So I'm quite surprised it's taken so long, pretty much because of that controversial stoppage, but also because it was an absolute slam banger of a fight. It was going so well, so much back and forth. And what's interesting is that since that first fight, both have gone on to win impressively. So it's like a hell of a build-up, and really these two are fighting for next in line. I mean, you'd think that the winner of these two he's got a right claim for a title shot. You know, if Kevin Lee's going to fuck about, then really it's the winner of these two's got next. So super exciting, man. Both of them highly skilled, well-rounded. You got the most, the most violent man, Eddie Alvarez. Is that his new nickname?
The Underground King, I thought he always went by.
He's a man of many names. King, but he said, isn't it? He's the most violent fighter in the UFC. He's not after any belts. That's his belt. Something like that.
These violent delights have violent ends.
And yeah, man. I mean, should be a hell of a fight. I mean, let's talk about it. What did you guys make of that stoppage from Herb Dean? Break down, because it was well controversial, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, ruined a great fight, really. Tough to sort of blame Alvarez, the position he was in on the fence. He couldn't really see what Poirier was doing. Poirier took a couple of knees and then slyly got his hands down, you know, as if to say, if I take another one, he's getting DQ'd.
Yeah, he was trying to play the game a little bit there, you sensed.
Possibly, yeah.
But it's hard to say. I mean, the guy got kneed in the head twice before he did that.
Yeah. Yeah. He was kind of, he probably felt like one of them was, you know, he had one hand down. He probably felt like one of them was illegal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them for not understanding either, because the rules are different in each state and they're all playing their own rules. So how the fuck is a fighter supposed to keep up anyway? You know?
It's proper murky, isn't it?
I think it was a good shout from Herb Dean to call it a no contest, because it was too many like eggs in one basket in that case. You know, just too much going on there. And, you know, it was a really good fight, and it was quite even, to be fair, because
Poirier possibly winning.
Poirier was storming it at the beginning. He nearly finished Alvarez off, but for Alvarez to come back and do that comeback, and he nearly finished Poirier off there, so they were both one up at that point, and it was right to call it a no contest, I think.
Yeah, I was saying to you, I think it's tough, you know, when we get a no contest for a thing like this. I think they could maybe go to the judges' scorecards, especially when it's like the 3rd round.
I think that would be a nice way to do it, and MMA need to adapt the rules. But I think because that hasn't been a rule so far, you can't apply that on this case. But there's definitely means to sorting things out like that, I think, throughout the UFC.
Yeah, and obviously Poirier wanted to continue, but he was having so much trouble, he just couldn't. And it really spoiled a great fight. Like we said, like this cannot disappoint. I mean, originally it was Eddie Alvarez versus Justin Gaethje, I believe. And I think this, like, you know, I know it was Gaethje Poirier. Was the initial main event for this card. And swapping Gaethje out, Gaethje's fighting James Vick now, and Eddie Alvarez coming in against Poirier. We get the rematch. We get to decide who is the better man. Like you said, Eric, it's been a while, but they've both had really good wins. I think Poirier has really improved since that last fight. And possibly when he came in before, he was still adjusting to the lightweight division. I feel like he's really found his form now, and he's putting people away. You know, and Alvarez, you could say, it's, you know, how long has he got left? You know, he always does look a bit rocky in every fight. But he always comes back. He always digs deep. In the Gaethje fight, he was probably losing that. Somehow found that knee from hell that stopped him.
Yeah, no doubt. He's still one hell of a fighter. It was just that one fight against McGregor that really put him down in a big way. But apart from that, he's been unstoppable.
He's hung up there.
He's done really well.
Yeah, in the top 5 still. Still number 3.
My only concern with this fight, though, is because the first one was so fucking good. There's a lot to live up to there as well, and I worry that our expectations are going to be too fucking high for this one. I hope I'm wrong.
Canada,
please prove me wrong, guys. But
anything goes in Canada.
Canada's got a great atmosphere though, so I do expect great things in Calgary, man. They always put on a great show in Calgary.
I just think it can't disappoint. What do you think, Eric?
Just going back to that first fight, man. I mean, Dustin Poirier, I think, was putting on a clinic. He was putting an absolute clinic on Eddie Alvarez. I mean, we all know what scrapper and what a brilliant MMA fighter Eddie Alvarez is, because he's so exciting and he only knows one way, to throw down. And I thought Dustin Poirier was picking him off. I mean, he was looking sensational. I thought it was a couple of illegal knees, but I'll take your word for it if it was just one. But I remember thinking it was 2 blows. But I felt real sorry. I thought it was real harsh for Dustin Poirier to get a no contest, and to then basically it was deemed like he'd lost that fight, because his next fight was with a guy ranked lower down, innit? He fought Pettis, and he fucking took him to task, innit? He fucking put Pettis away, and I just thought that was a little bit harsh. But just to pick up on what you said there about his fight after Conor McGregor. It's really so similar to Holloway, isn't it? Like, as soon as he lost to Conor, Dustin Poirier upped his game tenfold, isn't it? And he's looked a menace in the lightweight division. And I really think Poirier is the one that's ascending. He's the one going places, whereas Eddie Alvarez is obviously at a really high level, but he's kind of plateauing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think I'm expecting big things for this fight, man. I think we should expect big things, because Eddie Alvarez will throw down as he always does, and I think the confidence and the momentum behind Poirier is something to take seriously, man. I think he's going places.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that. I mean, Alvarez has already been to the top, so he's felt that, it's less for him to accomplish than there is for Poirier. He's more hungry for that title and wants to get there more badly, I'd feel, at this point.
I think Poirier looks the more solid from the two. Like I said, Alvarez had to pull out that knee to stop Gaethje.
Yeah.
That was a fight, though, huh? That was a hell of a fight.
But to top that fight, even Poirier's last fight, Justin Gaethje. Do you remember that war? He took so many leg kicks from Gaethje, and then finished him in the 4th round.
Yeah,
like that was a mental fight. Like that was another war. Yeah. So they've both beaten Gaethje, who looked unstoppable. Yeah. These are the only 2 men to beat Gaethje.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and like you said, though, I really feel like Poirier is the more steady one.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait for this. So hard to call it. Could be just fight of the year. Could end any time with these 2.
Yeah.
On the feet. And
the added spice of a bit of revenge, isn't it? Sure. Dustin Poirier's got to be feeling bad about what went down, isn't it? So a little bit of spices, because I remember when the whole thing unfolded, Eddie Alvarez was like proper crass about it, isn't it? He was just like
moving on.
Oh, he could have continued, like, if he wasn't such a bitch or something like that. He was. He didn't even apologize or nothing, innit?
Yeah, like you said, man. I mean, he got lucky not to get DQ'd, and then not to make the rematch immediately was a very strange decision. So now we finally get it. So yeah, like you said, Poirier cannot wait to right that wrong. Like
Yeah, he's been talking a lot about this fight. He did feel hard done by that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
And interestingly, Khabib has come out recently and said if Conor and GSP can't get their shit together, he reckons the winner of this fight should be next in line to fight him. Yeah. He's not thinking about Kevin Lee. So that's massive potential. For
Definitely,
I
think the winner of this fight has got a really good shot at that, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hell of an incentive, isn't it? An extra layer to this fight, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
So how do you think it's going to go, man? Who do you think is going to get the upper hand?
So, I mean, my head says Poirier. Like I said, I feel like he's more steady. But I never bet against Eddie Alvarez because he has proven me wrong so many times. And I love his style. Like, you feel like he's like Nigel Benn. Like, you'd knock him out, he'd be out on his feet. And suddenly he'd come back, like, possessed, swinging hooks from his hips. So I'm going with Alvarez, and I feel like this will be an absolute war. And I think Alvarez gets a decision win. I think it's going to be insane.
5 rounds.
Yeah. And to hang on that long and not get stopped by Poirier would be insane because, like I said, Poirier has been finishing people.
Yeah.
But I'm going with Eddie on this. I think he's still got it, and he'll be up for this, knowing that, he needs to win this to stay up there,
Yeah. I don't doubt the will of either of these guys. They're fucking warriors. It's going to be such a war. But I think Poirier, man, I think he's going to win this one. Mm-hmm. I'd say like a late KO, probably 4th round on this one, something like that.
Yeah.
Because I just think he's more hungry for it, as I said, and I think that's more important at this point, at this part of the, top end of the ladder. I think he'll win it just on sheer motivation for the fight.
Yeah. I feel like he was winning that last fight as well.
Yeah.
Eric?
Nice. Yeah, just to say, man, like, I know how much you love Eddie Alvarez, Lee. I know you were banging on about him way before he joined the UFC. So I know you've been a fan of him for years, man. And he's a legend in his own right, man. It's just
I sense a butt coming here.
What's that?
I sense a butt coming here.
No, I was just gonna say that he got swept in the whirlwind of Conor McGregor, didn't he? I mean, the way that went down, that slightly mars his legacy. But if you actually look at his body of work, man, he's right up there, man. Absolute legend of a fighter, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I am backing Dustin Poirier. I think Poirier is going up. He's going places. I really sense a lot of momentum, and his boxing combinations have improved so dramatically in like, I don't know, 2 years, in like the last 4 or 5 fights. His boxing combinations is really crisp, man, and fluid. And so he's really got better on that front. He's always had decent wrestling. I think his chin's been sorted out. Like, he used to have a suspect chin, but I think ever since that Jim Miller fight, where he was tested a bit, and then he fought Gaethje, and obviously he was fighting Alvarez in that first fight. He took some licks and he took him well. So I think he's pretty much sorted out the chin. So if Dustin Poirier's got his chin sorted, with that crisp boxing that he's got going on, and he's a bit younger, a bit hungrier, as we said, number 1 contender, possible title fight for the winner. I think this is the chance, and I think Dustin Poirier is going to come out angry, and I think it's going to be a stoppage in the 2nd round. I think it's going to be a lot quicker. Eddie Alvarez has taken a lot of punishment, and I think, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think Dustin Poirier is going to put him away in the 2nd round. I think he's going to come out mean.
Yeah, be a big statement as well.
Cool. And so you said Khabib called him out. Are we all in agreement? The winner of this fight should fight for the lightweight belt, or? Yeah. I mean, what the fuck's happening with Tony? When's he going to be back?
Tony's still out, yeah. I mean, that was, an ACL injury. So I think he's still got a few months at least.
Yeah, those are long injuries that can keep you out for years. Man.
Yeah. But he is looking to come back. I've seen him chatting a bit of shit on Twitter and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still a while off. Like you said, we've only got Kevin Lee as the other guy, number 2. So, I mean, really, the winner of this should fight Kevin Lee. If Conor can get his shit together and fight Khabib, would be nice. But who the fuck knows? We're still waiting.
We don't know until it's supposed to happen this month, though, isn't it? So we'll see what happens.
They postponed it, didn't they? Yeah. So that should happen. And let's be honest, UFC likes to make the money fight. So let's make that happen. Conor Khabib. I reckon the winner of this fight's Kevin Lee in an ideal world. But like you said, if Conor ain't around, then the winner of this is going to be right there. And Khabib has said, I'll fight the winner of that. They deserve it. Even Khabib, you can see he kind of roots for the little guy now. He's like, Conor's going to have to get in line kind of thing.
Oh, he's a true martial artist, Khabib.
Yeah.
He's all about the honor. He's all about proper
etiquette.
number one contender stuff.
These guys earn it, in his opinion.
Yeah.
So that's great to hear. And like you said, I'm sure he'll be watching keenly on this one.
Yeah, it's true.
Just to say, because you mentioned him, I don't think Kevin Lee deserves it. I don't think he deserves a number one contender fight, man. He can't make weight. And, he did all right against Tony Ferguson, but who's he beat? Chiesa?
Yeah.
Do me a favour. I'll tell you what, James Vick, if James Vick puts Justin Gaethje away, that boy deserves at least like a top-ranked fight, man. James Vick's been on an absolute tear.
Yeah, he must have like 20 wins or something at the moment. He's like John Fitch, where he's like begging for a title shot back in the day. Just Dana will not give it to him. He can't even get on the main card most events. It's like, what more do you got to do? He's putting people away. But like you said, he's got Gaethje, so that's a massive fight. They're kind of the next in line, I'd say, behind these two.
Okay.
But let's have Kevin Lee against one of them, the winner of that, like you said.
Kevin Lee versus James Vick, isn't it? If he gets past Gaethje.
Yeah, man.
The division's good, man. The division is strong. We just need Conor to come back so we can iron a few things out. Do you know what I mean? Because the division's strong.
Yeah, hopefully that's the next one.
Yeah.
We will see. And the co-main event in the featherweight division got Jose Aldo coming off 2 losses to Max Holloway versus the little heathen Jeremy Stevens. Who the fuck is that little heathen? Back with a vengeance. We've got number 2 versus number 4 here. Really big fight up at featherweight again. Potential title shot for the winner of this. I'm really excited to see how these two come together. Finally, Jose Aldo has a new opponent. How do you think this one's going to go?
Yeah, man, it's a real test for both of them. I think both of them need to win this fight to really prove themselves, especially Aldo, coming off 2 losses of Max Holloway.
Big losses.
And then before that, he had Frankie Edgar, who he beat.
Yeah.
But then before that, it was a tragic loss against Conor, man. That was a big shocker. So he hasn't looked good for Aldo recently. His last 4 fights, man. But before that, obviously, he was absolutely unstoppable. We all know Jose Aldo was reigning that fucking featherweight division like no one else.
And to be fair, in the Holloway fight, I felt he showed signs of his old self again. Like he had got back in the rhythm of it.
Yeah.
Just Holloway is that next level.
But that's it. But that's the worry for me about Jose Aldo, is that he stayed the same for so long because he was so comfortable there with his Muay Thai style, you know? And he hasn't evolved as a fighter. He hasn't added to his game since then. Definitely not. He really needs to add a new element in there if he's going to compete and win that title again.
The division's caught up to him.
Yeah, almost. Big time, yeah. He was there, he was the first champ of the featherweights, right? And he kept that belt, but, he was the first champ at that time. We've got new contenders now with new arsenals and different things coming at him.
Really filled out since then.
Yeah.
What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, it's MMA moves so quickly, and people in general have fairly fickle minds, man. It's hard to forget that 3 years ago, this guy was number 1 pound for pound. He was the fighter. He was the best. As you said, Leo, he was the first ever featherweight champ. He was a champ for years. I mean, he wasn't the most active fighter, but still, he was brilliant.
Yeah.
And I have to say, he comes from the shooter box camp, innit, in Brazil. And they're known for their absolute barbaric and brutal sparring sessions. And it's just not conducive for longevity.
Look at
yeah, man. Look at Renan Barão.
Yeah.
He fell off the edge of a cliff.
Yeah.
That guy looked like an absolute straight assassin. He was like top 5 pound for pound, and he fell off a cliff. And Jose Aldo's gone a bit more gracefully. Obviously, the debacle of the Conor McGregor. I mean, How many careers has Conor McGregor changed, isn't it?
Yeah.
For the better or for the worse. And Jose Aldo hasn't evolved, but I mean, can he evolve? He comes from such a traditional shooter box Muay Thai camp. Does he have the humility to say, do you know what? I need to go some other places. I need to get new training. I need to learn new techniques. I'd say no. I don't think he is. So what you have with Jose Aldo is what you expect, and he's only getting older, so naturally he's on the decline.
Tough fight here, Jeremy Stephens. I mean, like you said, Aldo on the decline, Stephens is up and coming every fight. He's putting people away now to the point where you have to talk about him. You know, he's on 3 straight wins.
Yeah.
Not the best in the division, but he's knocking out whoever's in front of him.
Yeah, that's the issue for me. I think he's kind of struggled against the top line fighters, you know. He couldn't beat Max Holloway, he couldn't beat Frankie Edgar, he couldn't beat, you know, Moicano as well. Yeah. And so those
he's
were...
good.
Yeah, they're good fighters, but they're like the more top elite fighters. So I think Jeremy Stephens really needs to prove himself in this one. Good 3-fight win streak, though. He's beat Melendez, he beat Doo Ho Choi, and he beat Josh Emmett as well. So those are good wins, but they weren't like the elite of the elite yet, you know?
Yeah. This is his first...
Absolutely.
This is his first real championship test.
Yeah, this is a big step up for him. If he can win this fight, that puts him in that top 5 bracket really comfortably.
Talking about Stephens, man, that last fight against Josh Emmett, there was another illegal knee that went unnoticed.
Yeah.
That was a hugely controversial end to that fight.
Yeah.
That was a definite illegal knee that I can't remember who the ref was. Just let it go. And then a couple punches later, Josh Emmett was laid out. He was ironed out.
Yeah.
But that was actually hugely controversial, if y'all remember.
Yeah, I remember everyone was discussing it. And it was very close. Like, it was really hard to see.
Yeah.
I remember watching it so many times. Like, but
he was all over him at that point. But that knee was really illegal. And I remember screaming at the time thinking, fuck, that is illegal. You got to stop at that point. The ref was very, you know, soft to let him have that, man. So I do think a lot of refs need to clamp down on that shit, man.
Need to get this VAR in check.
VAR in check. No, we don't need that. But fuck, man, some refs are amateurs, man. Look at good referees like Herb Dean who do the job properly, make good calls most of the time. The odd one is wrong, but normally he makes really good calls. But there's a lot of these new refs stepping in.
Goddard in there.
Goddard's another good shout. He's a good referee, man.
Yeah, I mean, but take nothing away from Stephens. Like we said, he's on a great run. It's a real big test. You know, Aldo has been knocked out a few times, and it's going to be tough to take Stephens' shots in this fight. It's going to be a real striking battle between these two. And we always say Aldo is kind of forgotten about his leg kicks. I hope he can get his leg kicks back going in this fight.
That was his best weapon, man. He needs to bring that back.
Yeah, chop down Stephens so that power isn't the same.
Yeah.
You know, after the first round.
This is the perfect fight to bring them back in as well.
Yeah, and then, like you said, he really needs a big win. 2 losses to the champ, fair enough.
Yeah.
But, you know, you want to keep top 5, you've got to beat Jeremy Stephens. You know? Frankie Edgar's hanging around somewhere.
Yeah, Frankie's ready to jump back.
Yeah.
And just the thing about Jeremy Stephens, man, like a lot of our listeners won't realise that he's been around since like day dot.
Yeah.
Jeremy Stephens has been around the Bravo days, man, when there wasn't even a lightweight belt. It didn't exist. And he was fighting in the lower divisions. He's been around for ages. So he's quality, man. And he's a bit wild. He's a bit wild. And I think that's where Jose Aldo could...
technically strike him.
Yeah, he could do him like a kipper, innit? Like you said, with the leg kicks and also just with the straight punches, innit? The straight down the pipe punches and head movement. Jose Aldo's always had that brilliant bobbing and weaving Muay Thai head movement. So if he gets clipped, he'll probably get knocked out because Jeremy Stephens hits fucking hard.
Yeah.
But if Aldo's clever, he should be able to take Stephens apart because he's a bit too wild for my liking.
Yeah, Aldo's definitely the more technical striker for sure. I'd be very surprised if he gets outstruck by Jeremy Stephens, but I think Stephens has got the power, that's for sure. So if he does connect, as you say, it would have an effect.
So who are we picking?
I say on this one, Aldo's going to outsmart him and play to his experience and win on points on this one. I think it'll be a good fight.
Only 3 rounds as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd see an Aldo decision on this one.
Exactly the same for me. Exactly the same. I think that's the most likely scenario. Aldo could get clipped, definitely, but he's a superior striker, isn't he? He's a better fighter. He should.
Yeah, his
He should take
kickboxing is
him
elite,
apart.
man.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I'm actually going to
Decision.
go decision. Yeah. I'm actually going to go with Stevens on this one.
Really?
Yeah, I feel the chin of Aldo is going to get tested again. And I feel he's got so much power, Stevens.
Yeah.
He's on a great roll. I feel Stevens will put him away. In the second round, I think.
Yeah.
I really think he can take this on the feet. And if Aldo gets into a fucking slugfest like he did with Holloway,
Yeah.
the younger, fresher guy, I feel is going to win. But I would love to see Aldo make a return to his old self.
Yeah.
And I really think he's got a chance, but I think Stevens might be too much on the feet.
I don't doubt anything in this sport anymore, man. Anything could fucking
Yeah.
happen. So yeah.
That's for sure. The big question is, though, will Jose Aldo enter the octagon with that little mojito moustache? Mojito, this little Mexican moustache, man.
Yeah. It's got to be done, isn't it? It's got to. For the amigos, please do it.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, another massive fight on this card to talk about. For once, she's not the champion. The number 1 contender, Joanna Jedrzejczyk, on the rebound from the Rose train. Doug Rose taking her title and defending it, emphatically.
Yeah.
Taking on the number 5, the tiny tornado, Tecia Torres. Again, has been making waves in the women's division. And it's a really big fight. I mean, Torres is coming off a loss to Jessica Andrade.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've seen Andrade versus Jedrzejczyk before. So this is a new fight. It's great to see Joanna versus someone new, an up-and-comer. Joanna's got to really prove that she's not lost it, in these Rose fights. Really can't wait for this one.
It's a good fight, yeah. Both girls got a lot to prove on this one. JJ, man, she's lost twice in a row, which is absolute shocking, man.
Tough losses.
But she needs a win, man, bad, and she's going to be hungry for this one. JJ will be. Torres, losing that last fight against Andrade.
Yeah.
She needs to prove it as well, man. She can't lose again, otherwise that puts her right down the rankings.
She was on a good run before that, though.
She was on a good run, yeah. She's beaten some top fighters. Michelle Watson, one of the best ones. Juliana Lima, Beck Rawlings, all good fighters. But, the division is still young, so there's a lot to prove still there.
Yeah.
But, this is the biggest fight of her career, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think it all comes down to where my girl JJ head is at.
Yeah.
No one doubts her ability. She's not past it. She's not old. Far from it. But it just depends where her head's at, man. Because she got knocked out hard in the first fight against Thug Rose. That in the second fight, she just got struck. Just plain and simple. Like, I don't want to hear it, man. She was, and I love her, but she was coming up with some bullshit, man, saying she won that fight. She did not win that fight, man. She got schooled. She got outstruck.
Yeah.
And that that's got to weigh heavy on her, man. Strength. You need to be humble first, and then you need a lot of motivation to get back to the level she was at. And I think that's the main thing. Like, where's her head at? Coming into a 3-round fight for the first time in time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
not being the main event
for the belt.
Yeah. Not being the main attraction as well,
Yeah, third fight, isn't it? Not even a numbered event.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole new thing, man. She's not used to. So it really, I think this fight depends on where her head is at.
Yeah. She'll be hungry, no doubt. Like, I felt she did look a bit better in the rematch with Rose. Obviously, she didn't get finished. I thought she won a round or two.
She was much more tentative that time, though, wasn't she? Second time round.
Yeah, but I felt she hung in there better, and she did give Rose a good fight. Rose was pretty marked up after that fight.
Yeah.
It was a great fight. It was a great fight.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Eric, though. Yeah, she didn't win it. She felt like she won it. I don't know how. Yeah. I think it was the 5th round. She got taken down. She got beat up. Yeah. So
3-2. I scored it 3-2. She won 2 rounds, but clearly lost 3.
Yeah. And every round was close. So I feel she did look better in that fight. Anyone can get caught. We've seen the best get caught, So I feel she'll be it's so much similar to Aldo, and it's like the champion for so long.
The changing of the guard.
Coming off 2 losses to the next generation.
Yeah.
And now looking to prove themselves against an up-and-comer like Tecia Torres. She's got so much to gain. If she can take out Joanna, she'll really be in line for the shot at Rose, Rose is going to be out for a little while. She's got a few injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
But we're hoping later this year she'll be back. And this could decide her next opponent, right? So.
Just to throw my 2 cents in there, sorry. I'm not too high on Torres. I'm not too high on Tecia Torres. I don't think she's that great, to be honest. She's a good wrestler. She's a strong little girl. But I don't rate her too highly as a fighter, man. I think her striking's very 2-dimensional. And I haven't seen her win impressively. She did get a knockout recently, but even then, man, I'm not too impressed. I mean, do you think she's on a level? Do you think Torres is on a level, Jay?
No, like you said, she's coming off a loss to Andrade.
Yeah, she this is her big fight to win, get in the big leagues. I think you beat JJ, then you're up there. But right now. Nah, not really. I agree with you. Yeah. I think she's got some good wrestling. She needs to be really technical in this fight and take down JJ and be smart about things. And I do think she's a smart, strategic fighter like that, so she might do that. But against JJ, it's a big ask, man. It's a big, big ask. But after, if you are going to beat JJ, it's going to be after she's lost twice already, So it's perfect timing to get in there and get that win. What happens to JJ if she loses this fight, man? What are we going to think then?
That is not good.
Yeah, man. She'll be fighting the Page
She's already down on the Fight Night card.
She'll be fighting that.
Yeah, that's true, man.
The Happy Warrior.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it'll be a shocker, man. I can't see a flash win by Torres happening in this fight. If anything, she'll edge a decision or something. But that's if she can take her down, which is a big, big if.
Yeah, she's the bigger girl, JJ. She's got 5 inches on Tecia as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time, she's actually like the smaller fighter. So I think that might be in her favour. Like you said, it's a massive step up in class.
Yeah.
And we've seen how good her striking is. Usually, Rose just fucking came in possessed out of nowhere in those 2 fights.
Yeah.
Suddenly showed all this improvement, obviously gradually leading up to it, but we'd never seen Joanna beaten on the feet like that.
Yeah.
And to do it like so emphatically over, 2 fights, knock her out and a 5-rounder.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's exactly how you want to beat someone that twice.
Yeah. I don't feel like Torres
There's
has...
no argument, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no argument.
That's it, yeah.
But like you said, I don't think Torres has that level of striking.
No.
And I think, it could be a good time to fight Joanna. It could be the worst time to get Joanna.
It could be. She might just be angry as hell.
Yeah. She's got to fly to Canada. She's going
No, but I tell you what, JJ's got to watch out with kicks in this fight. She can't be throwing too many kicks or she'll get taken down in this fight. So she better be focusing on the boxing and not doing anything stupid or throwing too many kicks and getting taken down.
Yeah. She does have a tendency to point fight a lot of the time, JJ.
Yeah.
It is only 3 rounds, so that might be okay. But yeah, she's got to keep Torres away from her legs and keep it standing. I think she'll be alright.
Yeah.
She's got to use those straight striking, man. Straight, the 1-2, and the front kicks. She's got to be like whipping that front kick and pushing Torres away, creating separation and proper hurt in the body. I think those kind of kicks could be very productive.
Yeah, I agree, man. If you can time the kicks perfectly, and JJ does have that kind of skill, and leg kicks, I think, as well, are good against wrestlers because they don't know how to block them properly. They don't know how to check them.
Takes away that sprint.
It's good, yeah, and takes the sprint out.
Yeah.
I think you need to wait till later in the rounds, though. Let him tire out in the first round, and then start to leg kick him after that. But yeah, should be a good fight.
But you know, Torres is going to try and close that distance. So it's really like, can JJ keep separation, and can Torres hold her, grab her, and hold it? We shall see. I think JJ should win. We're talking skills, ability. She should win. I'm a little bit nervous about where her head's at, her confidence, her motivation. You say she's fired up. I hope so, but she could be a little sour about things. But I want to see a reaction from JJ, and I'd love a knockout. But if I'm using my head, I say it's decision victory for JJ.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've got Joanna unanimous in this one.
Yeah,
keeps it standing, wins the fight, and Tecia can take a beating as well. So I think it will go the distance.
Cool. I'm going to change it up just to be a little different, but just say JJ knockout on this one.
Nice.
I'm going to say knockout in the second round.
Head kick or
just referee stoppage?
That's enough.
That's what she should go for.
Yeah, I think she needs to impress as well. Win in style. Make people think less about the Rose fights.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she'd be right there again, wouldn't she? Number one contender, right there, challenging again, possibly.
Possibly, but I'd probably like one more fight after losing twice already to Rose.
Well, Carlos Esparza out there making a comeback. Never thought I'd say that.
Your favourite, Eric Esparza.
Esparza's right up there.
She's waiting, man. She's ready.
So yeah, this could be the next in line.
Possibly, yeah.
Especially if Joanna looks good. But they won't do 3 fights, will
yeah,
they?
That's a bit boring for me, man.
Yeah. Rose will want to defend against someone new. And if Rose is out for too long, they'll do the interim thing and all that. So you couldn't deny it.
I'd like to see JJ fight Andrade again. Let one of them earn it, between them like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, potentially. Yeah, like I said, if she's out for a while, we'll have a true number one contender.
Yeah.
And if it's JJ for Rose, that's what it is. Okay. But yeah, awesome fight. So another fight on this event we have to talk about. Our boy flying British Airways. Ross, the real deal Pearson is back, fighting John Makdessi, John the Bull Makdessi. And this is a big scrap. Ross really needs a fucking win in this one, boys. He's hanging on. He's hanging on to that contract somehow. And I can't wait to cheer him on in this fight. It's going to be a real fun one.
Oh, man, yeah. We still love Ross Pearson, man. He's such a fun fighter to watch, man. Good fighter for the English crowd, man. We love him.
Yeah, always puts on a good show.
Yeah, man. And John Makdessi is a perfect fight for him. I think they're at a very good kind of level there. I think he's entertaining to watch as well. They put on a good show. So I think this has got the makings for a great fight, man.
Mate, this is unbelievable, man. I was just going through his record. Since he won the Ultimate Fighter, he will, in this next fight, step into the octagon for the 24th time.
Wow.
Which is unbelievable. I mean, he must be right up there with the most appearances.
Yeah, that's Dustin level of regularity.
Yeah.
Tremendous, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a representative of UK MMA.
Yeah.
Love Ross Pearson. I love everything about him. Just all heart, good, strong boxer, and just leaves it out on the line, man. He puts everything out on the line, and great representative for the sport of MMA in the UK. And big shout out, man. I'll be rooting hardcore for him. He's coming off a victory, so he's got a little bit of momentum behind him. So hopefully that could propel him on.
A Japanese victory, though. Let's not get too excited. And with Ross, he's so fucking up and down. It's like,
man, he likes to win every other fight.
He's
like
due a loss, isn't he? He's due a loss now, isn't he?
Yeah. There's no way he wins 2 in a row.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's been a while.
we'll be
The
rooting
last time he won 2 in a row was back in 2013.
Fucking
Yeah.
That's been a while.
I had long hair back then.
Yeah, man. Was that against Dennis Seaver?
Dennis Seaver, the little kraut. No, it was he beat George Staropoulos and then he beat Ryan Couture back to back. But it's a long time ago, man.
Yeah, he's been around the game. Makdessi, like you said, a big, strong fighter for him to take on. But at his level, kind of, I think this would be another big striking matchup.
Yeah.
And if Ross is always hanging in there, he's always in the fight.
Yeah, that's the thing. He wouldn't stick around if he wasn't great to watch.
He's not getting destroyed, is he?
No.
And he's lost to a lot of the best fighters. Dan Hooker, up and comer.
Yeah.
He's lost to big guys like in the division.
He can't get past that kind of level into the top 10 for sure. Top 15 even. He's kind of one of those lower down gatekeeper types, but the English version.
Yeah.
If they did another veteran Ultimate Fighter, he'd be the first name in the hand.
Yeah. No, I mean he's got a great character personality though as well. He was great on Ultimate Fighter, fun to watch.
Yeah,
part of that team Great Britain when they won it. But yeah, fucking hell, he needs to be more consistent though, man.
Needs a good win in Canada.
Mate, I mean he's fantastic. You gotta love him. You gotta cheer for him and love him. But if we're being with cold, composed heads about this, he's past his best. He's beyond his peak. He's getting on in years, and it's all about just putting on exciting fights, isn't it? And that's what he's all about.
Yeah.
And those tattoos are expensive, man. You gotta keep fighting at least 3 times a year if you want to get a fucking tribal tattoo on your neck.
Oh man, he loves a good tattoo.
He's come a long way from laying bricks, I'll tell you, man. He's come a long way, man. He's got a different lifestyle now.
Yeah, he's the real deal, man. The real deal.
So yeah, to wrap it up, really fun event. Hopefully the Canadian fans are up for this one. 3 big fights to top it off. They got their own boy, Urban Mercier, fighting as well. He always puts on a show, the Quebec kid. Looking to see him again, coming up against Alexander the Great Hernandez, another up-and-comer from America, 9-1.
Yeah.
Another good fight on the main card. So, yeah, really fun event.
Cool, man. Should be good.
Tell you what, man. One to look in the undercard is Khabib's boy, Islam Makhachev. He's going up against another rowdy Canadian in Kajan Johnson. Islam Makhachev looks the business.
Yeah. He's a mini Khabib, isn't he?
Yeah, man. He's a really strong wrestler. He's a little bit different to Khabib. He's not as suffocating as Khabib on the ground, but he's got better kickboxing. So I like this kid. He's 15-1, and he's going to be making main card soon enough. So I expect a good performance from him in Canada. And yeah, like you said, man, Canadian fans are fun, so it should be buzzing that arena.
Yeah. Plenty of Canadian representatives on this card. We've got Hakeem Dawodu, 7-0, going up against Austin Arnett. We've got Jordan Main, Canadian as well, going up against Alex Morono. Loads of good fights for them to cheer on in this one. And a few Russians, just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, man, these Russians are fun to watch, man. So much Sambo coming into MMA now. It's just going, Khabib especially is the one who's just really driven that in there. Just to see all these other guys from his camp coming in is lots of fun. We're seeing a new wave of fighters coming in there.
Yeah. Alexis Davis for the women's division. Another Canadian on the card against Caitlin Choke again.
Choke again.
Choke again.
She had to be a fighter, right?
Yeah. Might see GSP in the front row.
Yeah, man. Hopefully he makes an appearance and comes back soon.
So yeah. Thanks for listening. That was a great preview to this fantastic event, and can't wait for July 29th.
Yeah, man, it's been good.
And look out for our promo videos that are coming up. I'm sure they're going to be very much to your liking. Chat to you soon.
Yeah, subscribe for more podcasts on iTunes and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Free Amigos MMA.